Welcome to the Quick Start Guide for HIMOINSA's native controller, the CEM8. An interface designed to give you control, clarity, and confidence in the day-to-day operation of the generator set. In this walkthrough, we'll cover the essential functions so you can get familiar with the CEM8, how the navigation is structured, what the warnings mean, how to read the menus, and which tools are available from the very first power on. If you need to perform advanced configurations or adjust detailed parameters, please refer to the full documentation in the official manuals.
The CEM8 features a clear, functional interface.
At the center of the panel is the main display. On the left side of the display are the three primary control buttons. Start, to start the generator in manual mode. Stop, to shut it down with a cool down. And Mode, which toggles between manual and auto. On the right are the navigation controls. Arrow keys to move through the menus. The OK button to confirm selections. And the back key to exit without applying changes. At the bottom, you'll find two important accesses. The User button, which opens the login and shows your access level. And the Quick Function button, which you can configure to create shortcuts to frequent tasks. Below the display is a row of numbered indicators. These are not active permanently, they light only when custom, purpose-built diagnostic conditions are met. Next to them is the alarm indicator. If it's solid or flashing, there is an active alarm. To see the details, always go to the Alarms menu before attempting to restart the system. Before moving on to more advanced controls, it's important to understand how the controller's display is structured. Knowing its layout will help you orient yourself, identify each element, and move confidently through the menus. The display is divided into three main areas: the top bar, the main panel, and the bottom bar. The top bar always shows the active menu and whether there are alerts or special conditions, such as a regeneration in progress, via the icons displayed there. All of these icons are described in the user manuals. The main panel is the working area. Here you see electrical and mechanical data, access the different screens, and navigate configurable options and widgets. The bottom bar indicates if there are additional screens above or below within the same menu. When a regeneration is running, the bottom bar also shows a real-time progress bar. When you turn the generator panel switch to the ON position, the controller boots its interface and presents the essential readings. When these parameters are within range and no alarms are shown, the generator is ready to operate. Once the controller is active, you land directly on the dashboard. Here you can customize which data appears in the widget panel. Use the arrow keys to move between screens and pin the widgets you use most: service hours, fuel level, frequency, voltages, and more. If you need a value to remain visible at all times, use the pushpin icon to anchor it in the main position. This avoids navigating menus while working on site. Any table with a dark pushpin can be anchored to the dashboard. Highlight the parameter you want to pin and press OK. Confirm the action and it will be added to your dashboard. You can set up to 4 widgets per screen and up to 8 different screens. The controller ships with a default set of widgets already loaded on the first screen. Before you interact deeply with the controller, press the Users button and log in with your profile. The controller uses a user system that defines different access levels, and each profile has different permissions to operate or configure the system. This tutorial targets standard users, so your access is user 1111 and password 1111. This level allows you to start and stop the generator, view electrical parameters, and check system status, among other functions. Lastly, before we explain manual or automatic start and the stop process, press the Home button. From here you access the main menu, which groups most of the controller's functional categories, from read-only parameters to advanced technician configurations. From Home you can access settings, users, dashboard, timer set, utilities, PLC, communications, IoT, regeneration, inputs and outputs, generator, engine, alarms, and status. All categories are explained in the manuals, where you'll find a clear description of their purpose.
Now that you know the overall navigation structure, let's look at how to perform a manual start and a safe stop.
The controller supports 2 start modes, manual and automatic. In manual, the generator starts only when the operator presses start. In automatic, it starts when preset conditions are met, an external signal, a scheduled timer, or PLC logic, without touching the panel. Manual start. For a correct manual start, first make sure the area is clear, well ventilated, and free of people, obstacles, or materials that could pose a risk. Then press mode and select manual. If the unit is in auto, a manual start will not be possible. Once in manual, press start and the generator will execute its start sequence until you command a stop with stop. Automatic start. If you want to enable automatic starts and stops, press mode, activate auto, and, if needed, lock this mode with lock. In this condition, the generator will start and then stop with cooldown when the programmed external signal, the schedule, or the PLC logic triggers a start or stop command. Remember that, in auto, the machine can start at any time even without personnel present. Before leaving it in this state, verify again that the area is clear and ventilated and that the trigger conditions are correctly configured. Stopping the generator. To stop the generator, press stop once to perform a cool-down stop. The engine will shut down and the radiator will keep running to dissipate heat. If you press stop a second time, an immediate stop will be performed. The stop button only works when the generator is in manual mode.
This concludes this essential tutorial. Remember, it is a basic guide. Full information and procedures are in the official manuals. Always operate with qualified personnel, following safety measures and authorized access profiles. Himoinsa is not responsible for improper use or for failure to follow the manufacturer's instructions.